Hey guys, it's Logan here with Hydra 572. Today I'm doing a first impressions of the Phenix LD01. I bought it with my REI dividend. I walked into the REI not knowing what I wanted, and I walked out with this little thing because it was about as much money as the dividend was, and I thought it was pretty cool. Adding to the flashlight collection is always good so that I can stop calling those reviews unqualified opinions. As I said, my flashlight collection is small, so the only other light that I have that is similar is the Streamlight MicroStream, a very well-loved EDC flashlight around here. Also, they are both one AAA operated flashlights, very small, EDC sized, which I do like. It helps to complement a larger flashlight like the Maglite XL50. I do like to carry two, though when I'm in school or someplace else where I want a really light EDC, I will only go for one. Usually it's the Streamlight MicroStream, but competition is healthy. I am glad to have the Phenix LD01. On to first impressions. As you can see, I already took it out of the box, so you can't see my true first impressions, but that's good. I got a little bit more insight now after playing with it for the past couple of hours. Quality seems to be fine. As I said, it is very small, a little bit smaller than the Streamlight, though I'm not sure that you would notice a size or weight difference between the two, as they're both just very small for flashlights. I was bummed right off the bat. Like I said, I hadn't done my research on this. I just walked out of the store with it because I had a dividend. I was bummed to find out that it is not push-button operated. The back is just a little cap like you see there. It is operated like some older flashlights. You have to screw on the head to get it to turn on, which seemed especially tedious because it has three brightness modes, and the way that you select between them is just by screwing on the head, which I thought was kind of a bummer. I do really like my push-button operated flashlights. Not as big a fan of these screw-on ones because I don't want to be taking it out of my pocket and fidgeting with it, trying to get it on the brightness that I want. It goes medium first, then low, then high, which is interesting. I suppose that's as good a layout as any, as medium is bright enough for pretty much anything that you have to do. The medium is about as bright as the Streamlight. The brightest setting is definitely brighter, and the lowest setting is not as bright as the Streamlight. For what that means, it is a max of 72 lumens, the mid is 26 lumens, and the low is 3 lumens, which is barely light at all. Really, but as I said, the brightest setting is pretty bright, and the medium setting is bright enough to do anything that you need to do, whether you're looking around inside your car without a light on. I have a push-button door, so that we don't all have to carry around keys. We just key in a code, the door unlocks. And if it's dark, you do need a little flashlight to do that if there are no lights on outside. And this little light on medium mode is definitely bright enough to do that. So if you leave it alone for more than 2 minutes, then it resets and puts you back at the beginning of the cycle. So as soon as you turn it on, it will be medium mode, which is enough to do most tasks, I do believe. The low will give you more battery life, obviously. Now, I was a little bit bummed out by the fact that I thought it was only screw operated, but as I was sitting around thinking about making this video in the car, I started playing with it and I noticed just a little bit of backward pressure on the head completes the circuit just the same as twisting it, so you can just pull back on the head and the flashlight turns on. No screwing necessary, which I thought was really cool because that means that you can hold it in your hand. As I said, very small, it basically disappears inside my hand. I have to intentionally have it peek out a little bit, which means that it's a little bit gone inside the hand on that side. But you can grab it and grip it just like you would a push-button flashlight, and it will turn on. So that sort of saves it for me. I wouldn't have necessarily dinged it too much for being a screw-on flashlight, but I like it much more this way. Now, the clip was very tight when I got the thing. I had to bend it a little bit with a multi-tool. I had the Style PS on me, and I bent it just a little bit, just pulled these two flanges apart. And I don't think I've got it on the right spot. I think it was intended to go on here, this little smooth portion, as opposed to the smaller smooth portion on top. But frankly, that's just wrong. I want to be able to pull it out of my pocket and immediately start using the thing. I don't want it clipped down here so that I have to, because then the clip would be facing this way, and I would have to pull it out of my pocket, flip it around, re-grip it, and then go. Much happier, even if I had to bend it just a little bit, just pulling it out of the pocket, going. That's what I want out of my smaller EDC flashlight anyway. So, first impressions, overall pretty positive once I figured out that how to turn it on thing. As I said, it is cool to see a flashlight with 3 different modes in this range, as most of these smaller ones are screw operated and they only have one brightness setting, which is typically not very bright for one AAA flashlights. You have to spend a little bit more money. This was $35 at REI. I think this was just a little bit cheaper, but you are getting what you paid for with those 3 brightness modes, even if you have to dick around with it just a little bit to get to the one that you wanted. I would rather have that versatility, I think. I'm not too sure yet. I'll be EDCing it, and I'll tell you how it goes, if that's annoying or if I like it. So a pretty cool little flashlight. The packaging was fine. Instruction manual is here. It's pretty basic stuff. And a little Phenix catalog. Some of their stuff is pretty interesting. This is my first Phenix light. I may be checking out some more like the 35, TK35, or the TK15. I don't know. I'd like another bright flashlight to help out in the rotation with the Maglite XL50. But that's neither here nor there. This is the Phenix LD01 first impressions. Overall, pretty positive. Expensive for the little thing, but we will see if it pays off. I tend to like these little 1 AAA flashlights, so we'll see how it goes. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more of the same.